Hello, my most amazing art students. Today we're going to draw our Les Gourmets. Remember that that's a person who is a lover of food. So we're going to draw ourselves with our favorite food. Okay? So you're going to need a blue crayon and a piece of paper and then other colored crayons to color in the picture. And I was able to find these wonderful crayons at Walmart, and it has all these different shades of skin color you can figure out. I kind of went through and looked and tried to match up the best crayon for my skin color. So if you can find these, that's great. If not, they have flesh tone and a little bit darker tans and browns in some of the crayon boxes. Okay, so I think, I don't even know, is this one called, what is this, apricot? It's called apricot. And then, so anyways, you can use apricot or tan or brown. So, get your piece of paper. The first thing that we're going to do with our piece of paper is we're going to find our middle of our paper. And remember, I go like this. And then we're going to come down a little bit farther than the middle. We're going to come together, find the middle, and then come down a little bit. From there, that's where we're going to draw our horizontal line. Okay? So I'm going to start at one edge and draw a line all the way across my paper. Just like that. A horizontal line. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about this shape, which is not a circle. It's an oval or an ellipse. It's a squish circle. I'm going to turn my paper over so I can discuss this with you. So, when you draw a circle, it looks like that, okay? But when you draw an oval, you just flatten, you squish the circle. So we're going to draw a squished circle. And you can practice before you draw it on your actual drawing. What's different between an oval and an ellipse is not much, but sometimes ovals have pointier edges and wider, so I'm going to have a hard time drawing it just because I was telling you, you know, sometimes, but even that is a good plate. So we're going to turn it over and we're going to draw a nice big oval ellipse for our plate. Okay? So there's our plate. Now, we need to draw our head shape. I want you to take your finger and I want you to draw with your finger and go around and around because I don't want your head to be this big. Your plate is this big and your head is this big, it's giant. We need a nice sized head here. So, but not too big because we want to draw our shoulders and we want to draw our hair. So notice that you can take your hand and put it on your paper and use that as a guide. It can be a little bit smaller. In real life, your hand should cover your face. So I'm going to draw my circle just like that. Okay? Now, we're going to draw the face. We're going to do the eyes first. I want you guys to make sure that your eyes are not way up here at the top of your head. Eyes are way lower in your face, about halfway actually down your face. So we're going to make an arched line and an arched line over here. So now we have two. Then we're going to make a bowl shape and connect it. This looks like an almond. An almond, okay? Then for our eyelids, we're just going to do a horizontal line. And a horizontal line over here. And then for our irises and our pupils, I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to make a U shape. Watch. U. U. And I touch the bottom of the eye and it starts at the eyelid. And then I'm just going to color in the pupil in there. Okay? For the nose, we're just going to do upside down 7. And for the mouth, I'm going to make a smile. So I'm going to make this shape. And then I'm going to come down lower and do it again. And I'm going to put one in the middle in between these two. And then I'm going to draw my teeth by making vertical lines. Just like that. Okay, well, I gave myself eyebrows on the other one, okay? And I'm just going to do that by creating lines, hair lines, that kind of go arch with my eyes. And they don't have to be all fancy or anything like that. And I also, and you can do this with your hair color if you want. Some kids will do it with like yellow because they have blonde hair. I just chose to draw all of my features with blue. And I also gave myself eyelashes. Now, please don't go crazy and give yourself ginormous eyelashes. Just, I wish my eyelashes were even as long as these crayon-drawn ones. And but boys have eyelashes too. You can make them, if you want to just do like this for a boy, that's fine. They're there. Boys have eyelashes. They protect our eyes from things getting into them. So don't forget that. They're important. Okay. So there's my, really, I have lots of mascara on this one. Okay. So there's my face. Now, let's talk about hair. So hair does not grow out of the top of your head. Contrary to popular kindergartner belief, my hair does not go straight out of the top of my head. My hair actually starts here, lower on my forehead, and it covers the top part of my head. So my hair also starts, I have a side part. If you have a middle part, you can part your hair inside. But my hair comes across my forehead, so I'm going to create my hair. You know what I forgot to do? Stop the presses. We need to draw a neck on this girl or boy, if you're drawing a boy. So don't, make sure your neck is not a bobblehead neck and super skinny, that it's big enough to hold up this head. We're going to 2 vertical lines right there, and we're going to connect it with a bowl or U shape, just like that. Then we're going to use a horizontal line, just like that, out to the side, maybe halfway. And this is why I stopped, because I forgot I have to do my shoulders. Halfway here, halfway between here and here. And then we're going to come down a little bit angled. It's okay if you go straight vertical, but I like to angle mine. So now we can do the rest of the hair. So notice I came down a little bit on my curve here. And then I'm going to curve over to this side. You won't be able to see my ears. Now, let's quickly go over that. If you're a boy, I'm going to quickly draw a face on this. It doesn't have to be fancy, just so you can see. If you're a boy and you can see your ears because your hair is, like some boys have hair that looks like this, and they need ears. Your ears start across from your eyes like that, and they usually go to the top of your mouth, just like that. This one's probably a little short. So don't forget, if you're a boy and you have hair, if you have spiky hair, then you'll want to draw it kind of like that coming up, but it comes across your forehead and it spikes up from there. Okay? Just so I did him kind of with a little bit of a side part. So you can draw, but don't color it in all with the blue, because we're going to color it in with other colors. All right, so there's a spiky haired little boy. So now I have to draw hair farther up, because my hair doesn't end at the top of your hair. It actually comes past, just like that. See how I created an arched line? You can still see my head shape, which is fine. I'm going to create an arched line over here. And then I'm going to put a few more blue lines in here to kind of cover up where we drew our head shape. All right. And my hair goes behind my head all the way down. Just like that. I'm going to put this one because I have really long hair. All right. So that's my self-portrait. Maybe you can see a little bit of my ear popping out right there on that side. What I want you guys to do now is draw your favorite food. Here's one I did. I love fruits. And then this is pizza. I do not like pepperoni pizza, but I was just showing the kiddos how to do that. Strawberry, kiwi, banana. And then one of my favorite summertime things is watermelon. So go ahead and get whatever color of crayon you want and color in your favorite food. Some people love macaroni and cheese. I actually adore macaroni and cheese, so I think that's what I'm going to draw. Like a whole plate of macaroni noodles and color them in. This would probably be like what, Kraft macaroni and cheese, just because it's so orangey colored. But I love homemade. I grew up on Kraft macaroni and cheese. Now I think it's expensive. I love to make homemade macaroni and cheese. You can draw your favorite food that your mom or dad or grandma makes you. Ooh, you know what? This plate's going to need something else I've never drawn before. So I want you to color it in nice and solid because we're going to paint over this. And when we do, everywhere we colored is going to resist. So here's another one of my favorite foods. I'm going to make a really big one. Can you guys guess what it is? I don't have a lot of colors in this, but maybe if I do them kind of. What do you guys think it is? Chocolate chip cookie. My favorite. Well, I love any kind of cookie too. Well, I shouldn't say any, because oatmeal raisin cookies, which is actually kind of what this looks like, not my favorite. So keep coloring and creating your favorite foods on here. I gotta put a piece of watermelon too, because I can't have a plate without my favorites on, like my true favorites. So I'm just gonna do a shape here. Make sure you fill up your plate too. Don't draw your food so tiny. You can draw blueberries, but put quite a few of them, okay? And then, where's the pink? Red. I keep pulling out orange. Oh yeah. And then it's going to need some black seeds. Even though you barely have any seeds in watermelons these days. Not like when I was a kid. Covered in seeds. We'd have watermelon seed spinning contests. So, with your hair, if you have blonde hair, you're going to want to use like a yellow color. I have brownish blonde hair. So I'm going to mix these two. Just like in Picasso's Les Gourmet, he put browns and oranges in his, the person he was painting to kind of set them against the blue. So we're going to do that. I have like dark blonde hair. And I might add a little bit of orangey, but you want to color it in solid so that add some of these highlights to kind of match with Picasso. You color your hair the color that your hair is. And color it in nice and solid. We don't want a lot of white spots because when we go to paint, telling you guys, we don't want the blue we don't want to have a ton of blue hair. We want, sorry, I can't think right now. We want the paint to be resisted by the crayon. Okay, so the other thing is I have hazel eyes, which is kind of a green color of eye. So I'm going to take my broken crayon and color in the colored part of my eye, which is called the iris. I'm going to put some green down, and then I'm going to put a little bit of brown on top of that, because that's what hazel is. Greenish brown. Okay? And the most important part that we cannot forget to do is to get a white crayon and color the white parts of our eyes. Just like that. It's okay if the blue smears in a little. Try to color each section of tooth white. And then, I got some blue teeth here. You want to color your plate. everywhere around your food that you didn't draw food, you want to color white. And you can hold it up to the light to kind of see where you didn't color, okay? If you're struggling with that. But color it in nice and solid. I'm telling you, this is important. Color it solid in between each macaroni noodle. So, get this all colored in. The last thing that you will color today will be your flesh, okay, on your face. So, I'm going to take the crayon that I picked out from this awesome box of crayons, and I'm going to color solidly. I don't want any white showing. Color solidly on here. All of my flesh. All of my skin. Okay? So color that. One thing you can do, which I can show you on this guy, is that I did add a little bit of, this one I didn't color solidly enough, so it got all very blue. But you can color some color into your cheeks, alright? And so color your flesh tone, and here, I'll show you really quick. I know this video is getting long. Alright, really quickly. And take this pink color, just like Picasso did, and add a bit of pink into the cheek, just like the little child in his Le Gourmet. Finish coloring it. Next week, we'll paint it. You can give yourself a design on your shirt, and we're good to go. Have a wonderful day.